Nausea was different round to round. The first thing was, I think constipation was the biggest one. Oh man, something we don't want to talk about, but we have to talk about it because figuring out how to manage my digestive system was probably the hardest part about chemo. Once I figured that out, I was good. I figured it out, but I went through some pretty terrible experiences to get there. So that was a thing that my doctor really didn't know how to guide me on. I found that the suggestions from the nurses and the doctors did not work for me, and I needed something gentler. And finally my oncologist suggested just a different option, but it took a while to get there. The nausea came and went. I think it's funny, I almost can't remember. I can't remember fully, but it increased with each round. So I know by the end I was taking round the clock Zoloft. I would set a timer, and I actually ended up not doing it the normal every 8 hours, but we split it into 4-hour doses, which was very rare. And I would do that. And I took the Zoloft all through treatment, and probably for, 3 months afterwards, because that nausea just lingered on. I think I was also terrified to go off of it because I was so nauseous, and nausea's bad. Nausea is one of the worst symptoms. It's just, it makes you feel terrible. It made me feel like I couldn't function, and you don't want to eat, and yeah. So I tried some other drugs when the Zoloft wasn't enough, and it was never enough, but some drugs worked, some drugs definitely did not work. Some drugs made me feel worse. And we ended up giving me more and more and more of the anti-nausea drugs. In the last 2 cycles, it just didn't work. I was just nauseous and just kind of had to accept that. I did a lot of laying around in those moments, and I also did a lot of distracting. So I was a big fan of, especially, it started when I was symptomatic in the beginning and I was having these coughing fits, and Jess would just suggest that I turn on a television show. I'm not a big TV watcher, but man, I needed TV. Like, I needed something to fixate on so that I could stop thinking about my body, and TV really helped. And I could do, a show, something small, and then take a break because my brain couldn't really follow for that long, and then go back to it. So that was really key for me with nausea, to just try to distract or pace around the house or just something to change the moment.